And now, back to Bill for the weather.
Thank you, Jim. Today we have a 100% chance of precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll go through evaporation, followed by condensation, but then I'll shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. Everybody in the nation will receive an invitation to watch me shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. The entire population will make one big observation while watching me shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. The event has an unknown duration, but we do know the location where I'll shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll take place at the train station or maybe the plantation where I'll shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There's a direct correlation between your constipation and the number of precipitations up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll cause a weird vibration, which will give you a sensation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I will make a proclamation and also a declaration about shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You'll be feeling some elation. We will have a celebration after I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will get rid of taxation without representation if I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. To avoid eternal damnation, you must go through reincarnation by having me shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I will write a dissertation about modern civilization and how to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It could affect your hydration. It could decrease the world's inflation if I were to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. At least it's better than castration or even decapitation, the act of shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I will make an illustration about my admiration for shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It might help your circulation and your respiration if I would shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll cause some agitation and some aggravation, but I'll still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll be an aberration. I might get some horripilation, but I'll still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. We must do some calculations during our next conversation on how to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. We might have an altercation and also a confrontation before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I would need an education. I will watch a presentation on how to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There must be an evaluation and an investigation before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. We will need some inspiration. There will be some speculation before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It could increase immigration and also prevent starvation if I shove the precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It would cause some trepidation and even some consternation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It is quite the abomination that I have such a fascination about shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You might need some concentration. We would start with some meditation before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. Why in the tarnation would I shove a crustacean when I could shove a precipitation up your butt?
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I will need your cooperation and your participation in order to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I don't know the implications or the indications of shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You might wish for my elimination, but I'd prefer a coronation after I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. They will put me on probation. I'll have to go through an interrogation after I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There will be some inflammation, but it'll be avoided with preparation before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. If some consider it a violation, it'll create some indignation after I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. We expect many donations while I give your butt a rotation in order to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I must issue a citation and do an exploration in order to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I don't owe you an explanation or any justification to shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It'll require some validation, but it'll be a revelation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will provide you relaxation, and it'll cause some perspiration when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You would need some medication and maybe some sedation, so I could shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I will give you compensation as long as there's no contamination while I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You will need some maturation and some coordination so I can shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. If you're in a state of intoxication, I might have some hesitation, but I'll still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It won't just be in your imagination, nor will it result in your termination when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There would be no expiration or consolation if I shoved a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You might wish for my assassination. Okay, that might be an exaggeration, but I'll still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. They must do a demonstration. We must gather some information before I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will show some desperation and some exploitation if I shove the precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It won't cause humiliation, just one big realization that I'm shoving a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. The crowd might start causing lapidation. There may be some condemnation, but I'll still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There will be help from the congregation, making it a collaboration when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
Well, I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. If it's too dark, we'll need illumination and more sanitation, so I can shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There would need to be some mediation. If you're foreign, we'll need some translation, so I can shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It won't require cremation or urination when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will require some calibration, followed by elongation before we shove the precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will lead to your ruination and your degradation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. Your entire generation will suffer from stagnation if I don't shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will result in a transformation. It would create some salivation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. Yes, I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There will be no irritation or exasperation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. Yes, I could. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There will be no frustration, but there will be jubilation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. It will require contemplation, or it might lead to litigation when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. If I screw up, you'll need an operation. If I don't, we'll go on vacation after I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. We will sing an incantation, but it would be awkward if we had a relation, 'cause I'd still shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. You will receive a notification through our communication that I'm gonna shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. There is a lot of temptation, but it'll exceed your expectations when I shove a precipitation up your butt.
I could shove a precipitation up your butt. I could shove a precipitation up your butt. What a beautiful creation, this brand new occupation where you shove precipitations up your butt. Now back to you, Jim.
Bill, I don't think that word means what you think it means.